Welcome to Unbiased and on the Fence. I'm Shane. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight for the Power of 8 at 8. Eileen and I, author Eileen.
Author Shane. Author Vanessa. Author Paulo.
That's so funny that we you know, as much as we hate labels and stuff, we've been having fun with the whole author thing, haven't we?
Yeah, we're like, oh my God, it's finally happened.
Yeah, 18 months.
Yeah, and I wrote my first book when I was 11, so that's a long time to be an unpublished author, from 11 to 58.
I think I wrote my first book when, I think I was 8 years old, maybe 8 or 9. And in fact, I didn't finish it. They had a whole bunch of books, like you could go pick one up and it had blank pages in it, and you know, little kids could draw their pictures and make a story.
Cool. That's a good idea.
So I made it about halfway through, and then my daughter, when she was about my age, and I showed her it, and she goes, "You never finished it," so she finished it for me. You know.
Oh, that's great. That is good not to leave it unfinished for your whole life. Although it's a good reason to come back to finish your book when you were 8 years old.
Yeah, I never even realized. I'm like, oh, I guess I got bored with it. You know how it is.
Really funny.
Let me go. Let me switch something really fast. I want to see if I can.
We got a pretty good stream tonight, guys. Some other people in the day were getting cut off like we did. Was it last week? We did it in 3 goes. We had a stream.
That was the week before last.
Before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
but if you watch that Tamitha Skov, that weather sun weather lady that you like and I like, she's always talking about the increased magnetic activity. Mm-hmm. And she says it comes and goes in spurts through the day. And in the olden days, you probably wouldn't remember, Shane, I think it was the 1990s, we had cable. And then suddenly our cable service would be going out several times a day. And it was due to sun activity.
Oh, I didn't know that. I did know. I remember because I started working for the cable company later in life. And let me split back to both of us here. So I got to see that they actually just had a bunch of the C bands, right? And they channeled the stuff into certain, they have names for it, but so basically they'll pull off HBO off of with their big satellite at the cable company, and then they send it to this box that says make it channel 14 or whatever, you know. So they're actually picking it all up there. So it's just like you have a C band. You know, when you're at, I didn't realize that, you know, I guess it wasn't until later that I realized that it's like one guy's got these satellites and it's sharing it with everybody. That's the cable company.
Yeah, I don't get that either because I had really bad Xfinity Wi-Fi reception for like 6 months. And finally they came out 3 times, couldn't fix it. Some guy on the phone goes, well, let me try band 11. And I said, what's band 11? And he said, oh, I've got 12 bands here that I can put you on. I'm like, really? And he put me on band 11 and I had crystal clear reception for years. It's just nobody tried putting me on different bands. I guess that's like a radio station tuning in to a different bandwidth, right?
Exactly, yeah. They didn't have to send you a different cable box or anything like that?
They did that 3 times and it didn't work. Because every time they set up my new cable box with engineers, they'd put it on the same band, which was like 3. I was on band 3. And then finally some guy on the telephone in who knows what state said, I'm going to just play with different bands and see if we can get you a clear reception, because mine kept dropping out. I would have cable and then it would just drop out, or Wi-Fi.
And, you know, but to think of it like that, you know, as much as a bird landing on the L and B of the satellite and blocking the signal could knock the signal out for everybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that can imagine
something small.
Xfinity, how many people were actually on band 11?
Right.
You know, it could have been like millions in my state.
Yeah.
You know, it could be pretty crowded. That's what he said. He goes, the lower bands are really crowded because everybody puts your people on lower bands when they set them up. I'm going to go to the less crowded band. So he went all the way up the scale to find one that didn't have so many people on it.
That makes sense. Did he say what it went up to?
Nobody put me on 11.
Right.
So that's pretty high. And I mean, if it went higher, I imagine he would have put me on 20, because he
Right.
said he's trying to get me away from the crowds.
Yeah. Probably a dozen levels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, not that you guys need to hear that, but you sure have had patience with us with all our interesting sounds coming through.
Yeah. It's like spaceships or something. Is that space weather? We need to ask Tamitha about that.
Yeah,
Is that
she did. She
interference?
did a space weather thing today or yesterday on high magnetic frequencies hitting the Earth at the moment.
Yeah, and that agitates the Schumann and all sorts of stuff. Huh?
It agitates the Schumann and all kinds of things. And then, of course, you got the magnetic sphere, the magnetosphere acting up and playing up. Some say it's being tugged and pulled by our second sun, Nemesis. Some say it's being tugged or pulled by Nibiru. And NASA says it is being tugged and pulled, like our magnetic field is being sucked off. But they don't know what's doing it.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't know. It could be a group of planets. It could be another solar system in our galaxy nearby. It could be a super Earth. Remember, they're talking about super Earths?
Yeah.
It could be another giant like Jupiter, but like a million times bigger than Jupiter. It could be, they won't say Nibiru. There's no way NASA will ever call it Nibiru.
Well, didn't they? It seems like they shifted it just so it, and they do that a lot because remember we were talking. They did that with different terms like UFOs. Now they
UAP.
right, exactly. So they switch it up. So you have to switch your terms up. The other one was the stuff they spray in the sky, right?
Oh,
You have
yeah.
to look up the stratospheric
Aerosol
injection. Or
injection.
something, right?
And what about Pluto not being a planet anymore?
Right, and that was what caused this shift. Right now it's Planet 9, and to Planet 10 is Planet X, Roman numeral
Yeah,
X.
and that's
so that's
Nibiru.
10. Right.
Planet 10, Planet X, right? But there is no Planet 10 or X because NASA, well, not NASA, it was the International Space People, like
Yeah.
Aeronautics or whatever Space Association said Pluto's too small to be a planet now. Even though it's been a planet since the 1940s.
Right, but now they're able to come out with Planet 9, which is still
But
Planet 10.
that's why they downgraded Pluto. I think Pluto got robbed just
Right.
so that they wouldn't have to say, you guys are right. Sitchin was right. There is a 10th planet out there. All they did was they robbed Pluto of its planet status so they could call this new thing Planet 9.
You know what would be a great Mandela effect? I'm so glad I'm not in charge of the Mandela effects because I would have so much fun.
Oh
with
my
it. But
God, you should be in charge.
I go back and switch Sitchin's book to the
Planet
ninth
9.
planet.
Let's do that. Is there anyone out there that can switch all the Nibiru references of the past? How long ago? I was a child when I heard about Planet X. So you're talking the 70s. If somebody can go back and change all references to Planet X, Planet 10, and Nibiru to Planet 9, that would really stick them. It would.
But then they never would have downgraded Pluto, right? Well,
No.
See, you change one thing and it's like that movie, The Butterfly Effect. You just can't ever get it right because as soon as you change one little thing, I'm so glad,
But
Yeah.
how do they think we're stupid? Do they think we're not going to remember that what they're calling Planet 9 was actually what we called Planet 10 for 70 years? We know.
I think
We've
it comes
got
down to
brains.
the searches, right?
Huh?
In this age of computers and stuff, I think it comes down to the what's searchable and what are people going to search because we don't want them to figure
Oh,
this
maybe this
connection.
is how you change history because only the oldies remember this. The new generation won't remember Planet 10, Planet X, or Nibiru, right?
Right.
They'll only remember NASA and science and MSM talking about Planet 9. So now you've changed history. When we're all gone and the people with the memories about Planet X and 10 and Nibiru are gone,
Yeah.
the new generation won't have a reference point for it. So it's erased from history. Isn't that how they say the mud floods was erased as well? As soon as the people alive who could remember them were gone, you could erase all references to it and nobody could say, but I remember.
Yeah. So what do you think about all that? The Tartary and the mud floods, is that all connected?
I think
sounds
so,
like it's all
but
connected.
I think they kind of made a big deal out of it and then everybody was like interested in it. And then now people are like, okay, what's the next rabbit hole?
Right.
It didn't last, did it?
I sort of noticed that too right off the bat. I'm like, this is going to be another one of those dead ends that, or that's the problem. It's sort of it's a bottomless pit, right? You can just keep
going and
Yeah,
going and
that's why it's a
going.
rabbit hole.
Well, do
Yeah.
you think like that book that we don't have, that we're going to read eventually, where when the magnetic shield gets broken enough and the magnetic North Pole goes to the equator, the whole crust spins like a top and can stop anywhere? Do you think that would cause the mud floods?
That's a
Is that
really
what
good
would have
point.
done it?
See, what I've thought about, if you can sort of imagine like you've got this outer crust and this inner crust, and there's going to be slight imperfections, but on a global scale, if you this only works with the globe model, by the way. So this is just we're exploring this one globe line of thinking here for a moment. So you got your globe, you got the inner, the outer. The inner slightly different, but
Yeah.
like I said, on a global scale, 100 feet isn't very much. You even probably wouldn't notice it from space. But if 100 foot difference in land, so if it's moving underneath, pushing up the land above it, sort of like the combination of where things end up, I could totally see continents falling here and rising here,
Well,
like you
maybe
talk
that's why
about.
there's so many underwater towns and cities in the Mediterranean.
Yeah. Because that could have been like a divot in the under one. So when it got over to there, the top just caved in on that spot. So when it goes to move again, it's going to push all those cities back up.
So I wonder,
They'll be covered with mud.
and the size of the doorways are huge with a lot of the mud flood buildings. And some people say they're not even from our line of
Yeah,
humans, like
giants.
they were here before us. Yeah. And then something happened, topsy turvy on the earth, did its cycle thing. And then we came up and inhabited those buildings.
What
And we
do you
needed a
think this?
history for them.
Do you think this is just sort of falling in line with, there would be this time when the secrets that were whispered in the inner room would be shouted from the rooftops that Jesus talks about. Maybe this is this unveiling.
Yeah.
Because why is this all coming out now? All this Tartary stuff, all this mud
So,
flood stuff, all this. So many things are being exposed.
well, just you and me, anything we read that sheds any light on anything, we always put it out to the group.
Yeah.
And we go, you guys, we don't know if this is true. We don't have any evidence to support it, but here's what we've seen. Here's what we've read. Let's consider it. And that's just to spread the information, give as many people empowerment. Information and knowledge is power.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. As long as we know what we're dealing with here, we have a better ability to adapt.
Hmm.
And
I've been
we
taking more of the observer role lately, though. I'm just trying to transmute the energies and trying not to get too distracted by the explorer part of things. Because I don't know, it's so many things you can get sucked into, especially if you were involved with it before. So if you were sort of in the politics before and you kind of got out of it, you'll find that you get yourself triggered really easy by just, it
really
doesn't take
easy.
long, you
And
know?
if you were a Nibiru explorer, you can get so triggered by that too if you bump into something on Nibiru.
Yeah,
And I've kind of ignored Nibiru and ignored Nemesis. And mud floods and Tartary. I've kind of like let it all go.
yeah. That's kind of what I mean by the observer, because you know that you can kind of keep an eye on it. If something huge in that area comes out, you'll see it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's interesting. More information on the mud floods or whatever. And so that's kind of how I take that approach. I don't really keep digging and digging
Not
because
getting emotionally
it's
involved.
there's too many YouTube channels.
Yeah, I've kind of left it all behind too. I think most of us here have. So are we going to run out of things to talk about then if we don't find more rabbit holes? Ooh, we have a rabbit hole for tonight. Remember?
Yeah.
David Lapointe. I hope Dead GPK's in the room because we did a video on Power of Eight. We showed David Lapointe's video because he gives it out free. And he says you can all use it. It's a public copyright if you give him a link to his channel, which we did. We did the primer fields where he spun things and he created a plasma field out of the air
Hmm.
that would raise up ball bearings of steel and keep them at certain distances from each other, like they couldn't touch. It created like a fake gravity field around each object, which was really just a magnetic field. He said it's a magnetic field around each object produced by the plasma in the air by these cups that make a toroidal field. Do you remember those?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, because we showed some clips, actually, didn't we? Seems like we showed a few
yeah.
clips of it, yeah.
And those videos, he only did 3 out of 5. He was going to do a 5-part series, and then he did 3, and then he disappeared in 2012. So some people on our channel, emailing privately, were looking for him to see if he was dead or alive, published anything, did anything anywhere. And the trail went cold, and he was completely silent since 2012. Well, like 2 weeks ago, he came out on his channel after 7 years of silence. Is that 7 years? 2012 to 2019. And he said, okay, guys, I have been quiet because I have been a bit nervous. You
He
know,
went dark.
he went dark. And then he said, I have released the information on how to produce plasma energy for free. And this energy is cool, and it is infinite. It just keeps feeding itself. You know how the toroidal fields, it goes in and out, in and out, in and out. So what goes out gets sucked back in to produce what goes out. And then what it puts out gets sucked back in to produce what goes out. So it's infinite cold energy. I don't think it's fusion.
What do they call that? Self-perpetuating or
Self-perpetual. Self-perpetuating, self-perpetual.
Yeah, they got a name for something like that.
Energy, all based on Tesla science. So if you go to David Lapointe,
and I forgot to put that link in there, but I will add that link.
Yeah, and you watch his little short video, he will tell you, if you like, go to his website, and his video will show you the website and download the information. He said what he would like to happen is for as many people in the world to download the free plasma, clean, cold, self-perpetuating energy as possible. And he thinks that will, if he gives it away for free to the world, then that will be best for humanity, and it will keep everybody safe. So, as I said to Shane, this is so 3D what I'm going to say. I'm going to download it, and I would like to download it, but I don't want to be the only one. I would like thousands of people to download it too, because, you know, if 10 people are running around with the free energy,
mm-hmm.
You know, it's all about numbers, isn't it? It's like getting it out there so everybody knows.
Yeah. So that's David Lapointe's YouTube channel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we need to add that in there, plus his website?
He sends you to his website, but you could put that in there too. That would be helpful. And then why are they leaving his YouTube channel up? He doesn't monetize anything.
They didn't catch it yet, probably.
You think
Isn't it a small channel?
It's a tiny channel, but
it takes him a minute
AI catches everything we say.
Yeah, yeah, free energy. That's probably
he didn't put it out
on the list. He did.
Yep, he didn't call it that. Oh. I don't even know what he calls it. He comes on his channel and goes, "Hey guys, you know those videos I made 7 years ago? Well, I figured it out. So go to my website and download it." But I watched all his videos. I watched all 3, and it was all about sucking plasma out of air for free cold energy forever.
Wow.
Now I'm confused because Stephen Greer has been asking for people to send him their free energy plans so that he can give it away to the world at once, so that it'll get out there, not be stopped, and everybody will be safe. So if Stephen Greer's been asking for that for decades, and David Lapointe has figured it out with the primer fields, why didn't he just give it to Stephen Greer? Stephen Greer's got all these friends in the military and the government of the world.
Maybe he doesn't trust them.
Yeah.
I'd be leery about it. It's like, well, should I put this out and get it out into more hands of just the common folks before I draw attention to it? If he doesn't really know him and he isn't sure, I'd say that's a safe bet, is to put it out there
in the public.
And then don't say anything to trigger the algorithms. Let it get out there and spread as much as possible.
We'd be terrible spies, Shane. We'd be terrible spies.
There is no free energy.
There is no FE.
Obey the government. I'm
just playing. Flat Earth. Oh my God, that is so funny.
Oh, what did you say?
I said there is no FE, which means free energy, but it sounds like flat Earth.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
That's the universe triggering somebody.
I'm triggered. I'm triggered tonight, and I'm silly, and I'm just like not here. I've got half of my brain out there somewhere with the fairies, and I've got half of it here with you guys.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, Kate is in the chat tonight, so
yay! Hey, Kate.
Who else is here? Terry is here.
Hey, Terry.
Terry, are you driving to the
Is that Pork
event?
Chop Gang, Terry?
Yeah.
Is she going to Idaho?
I think she's pretty close. Well, no, I meant St. Louis because
that's far.
November 11th.
That's far for her, right?
Nah, well, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. She could say. I thought she's Ohio.
Location in the universe, Terry. Unless you want us to.
No, I thought she was Ohio. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. So I want to say she's like the next state. What is it? Ohio's on the other side of Illinois, right? So isn't it like?
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be too far. Just drive right across there.
You know what we haven't discussed that we're going to discuss that we discussed last night?
The book.
The book. So bear with us, guys, if you were in the love stream last night, because we've got other people here tonight.
Okay, just so you guys know, I'm not MK Ultra'd right now. My camera's not.
Why? What are you doing? Are you like freezing and doing lizard eyes or something?
Yeah, I'm like.
Okay, I brought it up. I brought up the book. If I can screen share, is that okay?
Yep.
Okay. You're so nice.
Perfect.
Do it slowly.
I wasn't saying I'm perfect. That's all. You're like, you're so nice. And I'm like,
You're so nice. Okay, not perfect, but pretty close to it. Okay, so now if I shrink you, because I'm screen sharing you, and I shrink Hangouts, see how I do this step by step, and I shrink my email, which I promise you guys I will get to sometime. I'm trying to catch up.
Sometime this century.
And let's see, which one is it on? It's going to be
hard
on.
to keep up.
Yeah, it's going to be on one of these as a separate link. There it is. Okay. So, Shane, can you see my YouTube channel?
Mm-hmm.
So if you go, this is what I discovered today. You probably all know this, right? I mean, Shane probably does. If you go to the About section, I just did a description of our book from the back cover. Okay.
Oh, wow.
And at the bottom of About, not only does it say view email address, so I put in my email address up there, it says links. Do you have any links? So what I did was I linked every place that the book is available right now. So I'm going to show you this one in Japan because it's really cool to look at. And that's
cool. So you did all the hard work. I'll come steal your link.
Yeah, come steal my stuff because I'm always stealing your stuff. Look, that's our book in Japanese.
Oh
and
my
it's
gosh.
Where's
Atsuko? We need her to check it for us.
Atsuko. Can she? Yeah, of course she can read it.
Yeah.
And look, it's 1,963 yen, which is probably about $20.
That is so funny.
Oh, my puppy's getting excited down there because I'm laughing. Look at that. Oh, look, they put our description in English, though, and everything else in Japanese. Interesting, huh?
Yeah, that's wild.
That's wild. So anyway, going back and away from that, look at that. Amazon. Okay, we're going to try to get on Kindle, right? Nook.
Yeah.
Google Books. We're going to try to get on everything by January. Huh.
There we go. Camera's back.
Okay, so it's not really letting me out of this to go back to where I was. Let me see why.
At the bottom where it says stop sharing.
See? Here we go. Wait. See? Links in the UK, in Japan. In Europe, you have to go to each individual country, apparently.
Oh.
And then here's the one for the USA. So we were really, and this is also for Canada, guys, and Mexico. This is for North America. And we're definitely going to get it onto Australia, New Zealand really quickly because one of the authors, Paulo from Spirit Walker, he's in Sydney.
That's awesome.
So do you want to tell people a little bit about what's in the book so that they know it's a little more than just what we chit chat about on our channels?
Yeah. You're the editor. You're definitely more.
Look at this cover that Shane did. Oh, I wish I could go inside and show them the art, but when we've got it on Kindle, we can open up the pages and look at the artwork. Won't that be fun?
Oh, yeah.
Right now, they won't even let us show the back cover until we go up on Kindle.
Yeah.
And then we have to hit something that says sample the book so people can go in and start reading. So Shane and I and Spirit Walker and Vanessa Va channels got together in February 2018 and agreed to write about what the Mandela Effect is and what we think might be causing it. and how it's affected our lives. And then what did you say? There are testimonies from other people in there as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's nice to get all these people's first impressions and stuff because,
Yeah.
you get anything from fear to just what the heck and,
Joy,
yeah,
everything. Yeah.
excitement.
We even have a teenager saying what's so big about the Mandela effect.
Right. Isn't that weird? That's so weird that the younger, it's not so hard for them to wrap their head around it.
Nope. They're like, oh, okay. Yeah. The Mandela effect. It's kind of cool. Next question.
They're like, we've seen stuff like that in shows. Like, shows aren't real,
I
but
know, you're right. They've been trained to like go, oh, that's no big deal. I grew up, I was 2 when I watched the Butterfly Effect, right?
yeah. And if you think about shows like Heroes and stuff that will actually kind of, they're pointing at this human evolution into something greater than what we are. And,
There's so many
abilities.
shows like that for
I
kids.
know.
X-Men, Heroes.
And I think that's on purpose. I mean, I don't feel like, I mean, some people feel like everything's put out there by the dark. And I feel like there's a balance, like the Never Ending Story. That totally feels like a white hat production to me.
Yeah, that
I mean,
feels
there's
like
a
a
lot of them.
production too.
Yeah.
And I do see a lot of the black and white checkerboard in those movies, which is supposed to mean Illuminati approval, but there's so much good in it that it doesn't matter. It's like the internet. Is the internet a technology for good or is it a technology for evil? Well, it totally depends on how you use it.
Yeah.
So we do go into other areas. We really did explore a lot of other possible causes. And Paulo, who's an economist and has the Spirit Walker channel, and Vanessa Vaugh went heavily into a lot of the science that shows our whole cosmos is changing, our whole solar system is changing, and our sun is changing.
Yeah,
So
the implications of the cosmic changes, and if it's tied to the Mandela effect with the Schumann and the cosmic rays, and
grand solar minimum.
Yeah, there's so many things that and I think it's all connected. Say that one more time. You cut out.
Magnetic pole moving.
Right. Yeah.
I would have liked to have gone more into aliens and contact. We do explore it a tiny bit, and we give the Beyond UFOs book from the Edgar Mitchell Foundation a mention. We mention a lot of Cynthia Sue Larson's books. Boy, we've got a lot of references to studies that could be tied to the Mandela effect and be partly like, if not causing it, then going along with it, like a correlation. And a lot of spiritual books are mentioned as well. So one of the biggest things that this could be used for, because you guys are experts in this community on all things Mandela. But if you have a family member who doesn't quite get you and you can't quite explain it to them, they're going to have a birthday, Christmas or Hanukkah or something's coming up. You can give them this book and say, once you read this, you'll understand my thoughts on the Mandela effect. You'll see why I believe the dimensions are changing and our world is changing.
Yeah, it's an excellent tool. I think anybody who's open, because I think it can be hard to explain sometimes to people. And,
really hard.
Because sometimes you can explain, and you can tell people don't get it because they're just not considering you're saying some impossible stuff is happening. Because they'll go back to, how do you know the logo didn't just change?
How do you prove it? You pick up a video and you start to play them a video, and then it goes into the end of the world, and you're like, oh, I'm sorry I picked that one, and then they're gone. They're done talking to you about it,
That is how it is, isn't it?
Look at that, 276 pages, English. We've got a real book, guys, a real one. And if you do get it and you like it, could you please leave us a review? Because Amazon ranks you by reviews. The more
verified purchase reviews.
Yeah, verified purchases, reviews.
We actually had some people say they were going to buy it last night.
Nancy bought it last night.
How many? Did you see how many sales we had?
No.
I didn't even look.
No.
Oh, okay.
I guess we got to go back on into that account, the creator account, and see if it shows you any sales. I do believe they might only tell us about sales quarterly.
Really?
Yeah.
Seems like you could at least see it. I mean, I can see if they don't want to pay you out until it hits a certain thing or something. But
let's see if we can find it
somewhere. Maybe because of refunds or something. Maybe they don't want to give it to you until it's hit the point that it won't be refunded. Maybe
they should just have a clicking clock that just goes, another one sold, another one sold, another one sold.
Like views.
Yeah.
Video,
YouTube just told me they're getting rid of that. and they gave me estimated views. And they said, we will no longer provide you with actual view counts of subscribers. Did you get that? Did you get that?
No, no, but they don't anyway. It's just they're finally admitting it. Is what's
Oh, I never thought of that. So now they're telling us the truth because they got
Yeah.
caught. They got caught.
You know how I know? Because I've seen it say 0 views and 1 thumb up, and I'm like, how is that possible? How can
How do we have 0 views with a thumb up? Impossible. I'm
right?
trying to go back to you. I stopped sharing. So am I back, guys? Am I back,
Yep,
Shane?
yep, you're back.
I found you. There you are.
All
So
right, cool.
yeah, so that's it, guys. We're gonna get it on Kindle and we'll make it electronic. Nancy, not so fancy Nancy, got her copy either yesterday or today, and a whole bunch of other people. I did a little video on it on my channel. You can go and steal all the links because I found all the links for us.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
definitely do that. I'm trying to see if I put the links in there. Oh, I'm so horrible. I didn't even get it in there tonight, I don't think. My
Oh, we can put
grandson.
it in later.
Okay. Yeah, I was just. Yeah, it will
Stick
be
it
there later.
afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go steal your links and put them in there.
Steal my links because I had to like put them in several times to get them to work. For some reason, they're not always easy to get a link to a book because you get a link to the search instead. Yeah.
Exactly. I had that problem. I
Yeah. And I'm
forgot how
like,
I got around it.
I don't know how I got around it either. I think by going into the book, pretending to buy it, and then going share. If you share your book, your purchase,
That's what I did. I shared
is
the
that what you did?
page. I
Yeah.
shared the page, and it said email a link to this book, and then
Perfect.
that's how I got the link. Yeah.
Otherwise, if you just pull it up, what you share, you think you've got the book, you're just
And then it
sharing the
says search
search.
this, 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 this. Yeah, and it's got the whole book title up there,
And
and
it goes like the link is like
yeah,
10 lines long.
which is horrible in your description box. Let me tell you.
I know. I know. So, well, is anything going on? Anything you want to do or talk about before we do an intention? And what do you guys want the intention to be? There's no more storms coming. The one that we thought last week that was going to be a tropical storm, it dissolved, and we now have thunderstorms instead, which is cool, which is great.
Let's see. What's this to go to, Kate? Let me see. Should put a link up there. Oh, that's it. That's a link to the book. Thank you, Kate.
Oh, thank you, Kate. Is it the English one? There's one for the
Yeah.
UK.
Yeah, she put it in the chat for those.
Oh, thank you.
Awesomeness. So
So
yeah, and if you're watching this later, they're in the description box below. So,
it's kind of exciting when you've always wanted to be an author, and you started writing a book at 8. I started writing a book at 11, and to actually do it on Friday the 13th. How cool is that?
yeah.
It was a new moon. No, it was a full moon,
Blood moon.
blood moon, and it was a Ganesha holiday moon in India and Hindu.
Wow.
And there used to be 13 months, and there still are in the Hindu calendar. There used to be 13 constellations, and the Romans removed one. I can't say it. Opocris. Is that how you say it? The wise serpent got removed, and Christ with his 12 apostles makes 13. So there's all kinds of reasons to like the number 13.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
I agree. And that's funny that the people they've been so superstitious that they left 13th floors off buildings and things like that.
Yeah.
That to me is so funny.
And
So
elevators
superstitious.
will go from 12 to 14. Yeah, because there's no floor 13. That's kind of weird.
That is weird.
You have to say why. I looked it up once and it said the reason Friday the 13th is superstitiously considered bad is because the Knights Templars were put to death on Friday the 13th in something like 1306,
Hmm.
I think in France, by the King of France, who was broke after all his wars, and he just wanted all the treasures that the Knights Templars took out of Jerusalem. He
Right.
just wanted their wealth. 4,000 of them escaped and went to Portugal and started the order, the Knights of the Rosy Cross, which is Rosicrucians. And then they became the Cathars in Spain. And then they went to Scotland and did all those temples and things that you see in books and movies. And then they became the Scottish Freemasons. And then they started the country, the United States. So
Actual
our
Masons.
actual Masons, our
That's why the buildings are.
I've got them all around me here. I've got temples on top of banks, like round domes. And what's that Mason thing? The compass, that
Mhm.
little thing. all over the
Square
place.
and compass. Yeah.
Hmm.
I do want to remind you guys. I saw Kate put some prayer requests that you guys can add your prayer requests in there because there's a lot of prayer warriors here in this group, and
Yeah, we
and,
always say do personal, private, whatever you like, prayer requests in the live chat.
let me see. You had someone else you wanted to send some stuff out to, to add to the prayer request.
I probably just put it in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, like everybody else.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, awesome. So, what
What
do
do you
you
guys
think for?
feel like? Yeah,
I don't know. What do you feel like?
I don't know. I'm
I've
feeling
I've
kind
been
of.
hearing a lot of in the community anyway. A lot of people having a hard time. So I don't know if we need to sort of focus on the community.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are you guys having like a physical hard time adjusting to the energies or an
Mm-hmm.
emotional hard time?
Well, a little bit. It's a lot of times it's all connected. I think for people,
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Has anybody
it's
been
hard to keep
feeling
your
like,
vibes up if you're dragging. You know what I mean? Dragging around and you're, you know. So
anybody
sometimes,
feeling tired? I mean, I'm going to have to work on that because I'm not shifting that quick enough. I know we assimilated a lot of energies at ESETI. All of us did.
yeah.
Are you still sleeping a lot, Shane?
I think I only slept like 3 or 4 hours last night, actually.
That's not a
But
lot.
no, that's not very much at all.
That's not much at all.
No.
A lot of us are starting to take naps and we're not like really old, so we shouldn't be taking naps, but we're finding that to assimilate the energies of the day, like maybe the Schumann resonance, we just need a little downtime.
Yeah. And I think that's really important to take the time to, and especially if it hits you like a ton of bricks in the middle of the day,
Yeah,
and you
just
can lay down and take a nap. Usually for me, it's like 20 or 30 minutes, and I'm like, wow, it feels like I've been asleep for 2 hours, and you could tell you were asleep really deep, but for
really
a really
deeply.
short amount of time. So
But if you do sleep 2 or 3 hours, I find that I'm then up till 4 or 5 in the morning because I've just had 3 or 4 hours of sleep in the evening,
yeah,
right?
but sometimes you'll get like, I don't know, you'll feel extra tired after 8 hours, so you'll sleep a couple more, and then you want to sleep 12 hours because it seemed like the extra 2 hours just made you more sleepy rather than, making you feel
Well,
fulfilled or rested.
after the Saturday night intention, we've been doing this like a year and a half, coming up 2 years in April, maybe.
Yeah.
I always sleep like 10 hours afterwards. So I have a physical effect in connecting with everybody, because we're really connecting together. Our energy is coming together. And then I sleep more because I've had that energetic connection with everybody and leading a meditation or intention. And when Frank did and Callie did his Uji What's It's energy work.
Yeah, he's actually going to join in tonight. I was
Yeah,
talking to him
I
earlier.
think I had to sleep 12 hours. So there was even more energy in the group to assimilate.
Oh,
You
yeah, you
know,
could
it's
feel
always
it. It's,
positive. It's never a negative thing, but it's assimilating the energies from the night before.
yeah.
Well, let's do something for our community tonight then. That will be sending energy to ourselves physically and emotionally
So, like
and
a
spiritually.
reinforcement, sort of a. I'm trying to think of something that could always use reinforcements, right?
Yeah, give me some words. Reinforcements, spiritual reinforcements. You can also send this energy to loved ones, Kate. And so I've got a loved one too overseas who I'm going to be sending some of my energy
Mm-hmm.
to. It's not like you're sending your energy to them, but you're gathering up this energy from the earth
Mm-hmm.
and from source, not even from each other, because we have our protective bubbles. Our own space is protected. Our grounding cord
We're like
protects us.
channeling it or being a conduit for it, so to speak,
Yeah,
right?
so you're sucking up all
Directing
this,
it.
and you're collecting all this energy from the earth and the cosmos. And you've got so much that you can share it with loved ones, family members,
Yeah, it's
neighbors.
limitless.
It's limitless.
And we were just talking before the show, when you're sending out love like that, it's sort of the pure source energy that can be turned into whatever you need. If you need a pick me up or healing or whatever, it's just pure stuff, right?
Pure love and
Pure love.
energy. Do what you like with it.
Yeah. And it doesn't
Now
expire. We can always use love. So.
never expires. Now, when I do send love as a healing, I just send love and light to somebody. I don't even pick what that love and light should be used for. I just send it to them and let them decide how they're going to use it,
Right.
or let source decide or let their higher self decide. Because what do I know about somebody's condition?
Right.
You
Sort
know?
of directing the light. We're like source magnifying glasses, right?
Yeah, it's like
Focusing the energy. That's a
turning on
really
a
good point.
flashlight and just letting the room light up, not turning on a flashlight after you've decided how the battery works and how the light bulb works and how they connect in the flashlight.
Right,
We
right,
don't think of any of that. We just turn it on and let it go.
right.
Yeah,
Let it flow.
let it flow. Okay, so I'm good with that. Are you good with that?
Yeah. Do you want to wait until the top of the hour or?
I don't care. I don't mind. I'm easy.
Okay, I just didn't know if you. Sometimes you warn your daughter not between
Um,
such and such
I
time. So
think they're all. She's got her friends over, and I think they're all being good and being quiet in her bedroom.
okay.
And I used to do that because she always came home from work, and I had to make sure she was either in the house or not walking through in the middle of a meditation. But
Yeah,
now I
because
have this poopy puppy on my hand here. She's not poopy at the moment. Um, Trying to play tug of war with me. We're gonna have to do this later, okay, Mocha? Okay. All right. Bye. Off you go. Okay. So I will. If you're ready to start, are you ready to start?
yeah, we can start.
Okay. There we go.
Excellent.
Just gonna take a quick drink.
Alrighty.
Everybody get really comfortable. And this is for us tonight. So, when you're ready, if you like, close your eyes, relax, take a nice, deep, cleansing breath in. Really focus on that oxygen being clean and clear and circulating throughout your entire body as you exhale. And when you're ready, you can take another breath in. Really fill up your abdomen, let that air fill up the bottom of your lungs. And let it go when you're ready. Let all tension go with it in the body. And then take a third deep, relaxing breath in. Hold it for as long as you like. And relax and let it go and let any stress go with it. And then we always start to breathe in through our heart chakra and exhale through our heart chakra. Just imagine that breath coming in through your heart center and out of your heart. Do it at a pace that really works for you. And now start to draw in a light with the in-breath, any color you choose, or the whole rainbow, or you can change the color through the meditation depending on what you need. Draw the color in, let it fill up your entire body from the inside out, and exhale that color back out into your room. Now, when you draw that clear, clean, cleansing, energizing color in through your heart, let it surround your body like a protective cocoon of light. And exhale it back out and let it fill up your entire house or home or apartment or trailer. And now, as you breathe in that color, hold it, fill up your environment, and really let your loved ones who will come in contact with your air experience that clearing and cleansing and energizing. And exhale it out all over your community. Just imagine that color just spreading from your home to your neighbors, to your town, to your city. And now is a good time to send down a grounding cord from your root chakra at the base of your spine. Any color you choose, usually people like silver or gold or red because it's the root chakra, red. Let it go down as far as possible through the earth, all the different layers. Take your time going down and down. Get to the center of the earth, the core, the heart of the earth, and let it really spread out in all directions so you're firmly grounded. And now we're going to hold hands. We're still in our protective bubbles, keeping our energies separate but entrained together and extra powerful when we bring them together. And just imagine being in that safe space. It could be in nature, it could be a room that you like to meditate in. Just picture a beautiful, safe, quiet, peaceful, tranquil space where you can really imagine and intend with love and with heartfelt prayer and meditation exactly what you need right now in this moment, here and now. So you're going to start to draw in that beautiful green. You can put some browns and oranges in it, a little bit of red. Draw those colors up your grounding cord from the earth energy coming up your grounding cord, right to the base of your spine and right to your root chakra. Send it up to your sacral chakra and send it up to your solar plexus chakra. And just let your chakras kind of open and enjoy that extra earth energy. Let them become energized and clear, clean, and balanced. Now continue to draw up that loving earth energy. Really see the colors coming from earth based on what you need right now, right here in the moment. And let that energy go up now from your solar plexus chakra into your heart chakra. Let it go up into your throat chakra. Let it go into your third eye, pineal gland chakra, and let it go into your crown chakra, right above your head, about an inch above your head, in the center of your head. And let it go out the crown chakra and kind of sprinkle down gently all these beautiful colors from the earth, sprinkling down like a waterfall all around you in every direction. And now really focus on the heart chakra and the voice, the fifth chakra, the throat chakra, the pineal gland, and the crown chakra, absorbing those energies and becoming clearer and cleaner, healthier, and more energized in the process. Now, as you're enjoying those earth energies that are healing your body and bringing you new resources and giving you new reserves emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually. If there's any excess energy, let it just flow off of you now. Send it down your arms and out your fingertips. Send it down your legs and out your toes. Any excess energy just leaves your body so that you have exactly the amount of energy for clearing and cleaning and healing that you need in the specific energy points and chakras where you need that little extra boost. And now take another deep breath in and exhale it when you're ready. Let out any dirty energy from this chakra clearing that you've just had. Let it go. Now take another deep breath in. And this time, exhale out all the love that you have into your home environment where you are simply sharing this healing with your loved ones. Whether they're people or people and animals, just send that love out into your home and do it with appreciation and gratitude. And now for 3 minutes, we're going to go silent as we continue to draw in gentle earth energies into all of our chakras from our grounding cord, loving those earth energies, appreciating them, letting them heal us physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And any excess can just go out our crown chakra, out into our environment where it's neutralized and blesses the air around you. Now you can take a nice, deep, relaxing breath in and really appreciate that healing earth energy. And on the exhale, send it out to any loved ones anywhere in the world who also needs a little support or a lot of support for emotional, mental, physical, or spiritual healing. And know that there is plenty of energy, plenty of love to go around so that you always have plenty and they do too. Now you can let your grounding cord go, or you can keep it with you if you want to stay firmly planted with the earth. Open your eyes and start to move around. I'm back.
Beautiful. You know what? It's like some of the visuals I get when you're talking about sprinkling back down. It's like I'm seeing this like glowing liquid almost, like the
I see
liquids,
liquid.
and it's glowing though, and it's like and it's like
I
you
saw a
know,
rainbow. I saw just
yeah,
a rainbow, like
rainbows of
a
colors,
fountain.
like yeah.
Yeah, coming out of my head.
There was any music video like that that was kind of reminded me of something like that. I can't think of what it was now. I saw a little clip of it, but I love that though. I love the visuals I get sometimes because
I love the
sometimes they're just
visuals too.
I don't know what you're going to say, and then you say something, and then blam, my brain just
That's good if you don't
yeah.
know, and keep it interesting so that you
Hmm.
can. Everybody has slightly different visuals too. Different colors will pop up for them.
Yeah, that's amazing, huh?
Yeah.
The mind is an amazing tool, the imagination and all that.
So I intend that we keep this energy with us, like not for a day or a week, but permanently, you
Yeah,
know? Keep that tap going of loving earth energy. Anytime we need a top up, open the tap, get a top up.
I like that. Yeah, just constantly flowing.
Yeah, any time of day. If you just feel like you need it, just imagine that grounding cord and just top yourself up with earth energy, which is perfect
Absolutely.
because our atoms are made of earth. Our
Hmm.
entire bodies are structured from earth and go back to earth.
And I really think our connection with Earth is really underrated or not understated, I should say.
Totally.
I think we're evolving together. It's like we're part of one huger consciousness, and that, like I was saying, like I've said before, it feels like a lot of times we're not sending the Earth the love we should because we don't want to be here or
We
whatever
kind
the
of
reason
ignore
is.
it. We're like
Yeah,
ignoring the earth half the time. Bye,
yeah.
guys. Their
Or
timing is very good.
or we've done this
That's
right.
okay. That's good.
Excuse me. Where you're blaming the Earth for the people on it. You know what I mean? So a lot of
Yeah.
the people that say
Oh
they're
God,
star seeds,
I hate Earth, but then you got to remember, Earth's just like neutral. Earth is
right?
just there and
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. So never did I really hate Earth. I've always thought it was beautiful, but I have
But then you have to admit
wrongfully,
that it's the people that were getting on your nerves.
yeah. But I have wrongfully put that on the Earth.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
you
need to
know what?
ho'oponopono on that one.
You
Thank
do
you. I'm
clear and
sorry.
clean. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Forgive me.
Please
I love
forgive
you.
me. Thank you. I love you in
Yeah.
any order that you can think of. It does make you feel better afterwards. Have you tried it?
Hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, it does.
You feel
It's
clear.
perfect too. Yeah. It's the perfect thing. It's so
So
simple too.
so simple. Well, according to Ho'oponopono, those words are infused with power from source.
Hmm. Should we
That's why,
talk about that since we're on the subject? For those that didn't catch it last night,
yeah, for sure.
just our little group can know about our
Oh, go for
infused.
it. Go for it. Yeah.
Okay, so on the you guys know how the page numbers are at the bottom. What we did is we went in underneath it and we wrote "Thank you, I love you" underneath every page number, but then we switched it to white ink so that it will not actually print on there. So it's like infused. They're embedded into the book.
It's invisible, but
It's
you know it's there.
invisible, right?
It's invisible. Like you
So
need a special
that's
pen
our
for
little
it.
secret, you guys.
Yeah, we're not going to tell the whole world. Like if we do an interview outside of our community, we're not going to say about the thank you, I love you embedded into every page.
Every page. It's beautiful.
So hopefully the pages, as people are reading it and they're scared, they're not in our community and they're still scared because they're
Yeah.
not in our community, they'll start to feel peace. They'll start to feel relaxed and okay about it. And they won't know why. They'll go,
And
I
it's
don't,
like we seeded the whole blood moon, full moon, 13th thing
yeah,
with Ho'oponopono too. So I
you
love
did.
that. Yeah, that's a lot of energy that we're
That's
riding on there.
that's worldwide, if or flat plane, whatever you want to see it as. That's
Right.
encompassing the whole world. energy that goes all the way to South America and all the way over to India and Asia.
I can feel the excitement and the momentum in this whole project, though. So I'm excited to see where to go. We might have to switch off of Amazon,
Oh my
but
gosh, yes. I don't even know if we're allowed to talk about that, but there's, there's
excuse me.
plenty of reasons to go find another platform.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be people that want to write into the comments. Yes, we know that Amazon is.
We know,
We know.
but it was our only choice at the moment, unless we just wanted to keep the book like for Canada, America, and Mexico. We really wanted to let everybody in the world read the book, and then there was no choice. But we'll find other options. We'll look
We'll
into
find
them.
other options. But we can shine our light in Amazon just as well. Here we are on
Yeah.
the internet. There's a lot of dark stuff going on here, but we're here shining our light, using it for good, right? So,
You're right. We're shining our light into YouTube. So
exactly.
just by being here, we're helping to heal YouTube.
Hmm.
I never thought of that.
Yeah. That's why I say, it's not like everybody needs to be an energy healer or something. It's like we still need some light worker, waitresses, and clerks at the bank, and
Plumbers,
yeah, everything. Yeah, somebody coming into
energy
your house like
workers, like
that.
in like the energy industry, we need light
Yeah.
workers there. How about politics? Boy, do we need light workers in Washington, D.C.
I think light workers just naturally steer clear of that, though. They're like, I don't want any part of that
I
scummy
don't want
stuff.
that. But that's where we need them. We need them in banks too.
Yeah.
We need them in all the rough areas of life to go in and spread their love light there and kind of change people so they wake up and go, I don't know why, but I just don't want to rip people off today.
Wouldn't it be something if we could shift all the psychopaths to being empathetic?
Yeah, caring.
All these CEOs one day wake up with a conscience. That'd be something.
And they
Huh?
go, I just want to do something cooperative today. I want to end the day feeling cooperative and compassionate. Inst-
Oh my goodness, my camera's jacking up again. Okay, I guess I can
I saw it
switch this
jiggle a
back and
little
forth.
bit, but that's all.
Oh well. I guess we'll finish it out one at a time here.
Yeah, and then next time, in a few intention weeks from now, we'll do a sun meditation. We'll really soak that source energy and sunlight in our crown and through our solar plexus. I just didn't want to combine it tonight. It just felt so nice getting earth energy and loving earth,
Yeah, I agree.
which
We're
we've never
all
done meditation. We've never done just earth. We've always kind of combined it with source or solar.
yeah. Felt really good though.
I'm
I
feeling energized. I was really tired today. So now I've got a little boost.
Yeah, it's
Thank you, Frank, for adding your energy work, your very powerful energy work to these live intentions.
yeah, and
I can
thanks
feel
to
the
the
difference.
yeah, and thanks to the leaky bucket, right?
Thank you, Leaky Bucket, which I hope everybody understands what that means. It's like when you throw love at somebody and it's in a bucket, it's bound to splash back on you.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to see it as like we're these conduits and it just flows. So of course the inside of our conduit pipe is going to be, you know,
Overflowing.
yeah, it's going to have the residue that's left for us. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. You get healed by healing others quicker, according to Lynn and the science. She just sticks with the science, guys. And she's like, I have scientific findings that show you heal faster if you send loving, healing intentions to others than if you only send loving, healing intentions to yourself. It's just the way it works.
but also doing it for yourself too is important.
Yeah. And tonight we did it for ourselves.
Right.
So tonight we gave ourselves some self love.
But then again, we were doing it for the group as a self.
And
You
then
know?
again, we were doing it for others at the same time. So we
Yeah.
didn't like separate ourselves. We were like doing it for us and everyone and all and one. Maybe that's what Lynn's getting at. Maybe that's what the studies are getting at. That if you unify your intention and make it bigger, you get a more powerful effect.
Hmm. But even on an individual basis, I hear like, when say you've got a bad knee, right? And it's maybe bothering you. And we kind of sit there and maybe rub it and you're like, oh, this bum knee. And we like, you know what I mean? You're kind of sending that negative energy at it because you're kind of like down on the fact that you got a crappy knee or whatever. You know what I mean? But instead, you could send it loving energy and it would probably heal better or feel better.
Yeah,
And
I
that,
love you. I love you, Nee. And thank you. This is the weird part. And
Thanks
thank
for
you
carrying me.
for caring enough to show me that I need to give you a break. Then now you've turned the pain into a good thing. You've said, oh, the pain makes me give it a rest so it heals. I get it. Thank you for the pain because the pain made me rest it and now it's healed.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like not hating on the symptoms because the symptoms are the red flags, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. It's
Yeah.
kind of like the way that leads me to the whole pharmaceutical industry. How they're throwing stuff at the symptoms instead of the actual
reliefs, not
Yeah.
actual problem reliefs.
Yeah, I was just talking to Carrie about that, like how they actually will hide stuff. Like if there's a cure that works a little too well, they'll shelf it somewhere or they'll hide it somewhere because they'd rather keep people medicated. If you've
Because
got to get a refill over and over every month, that's
profitable.
recurring money. Yeah.
And if
But if
they
they fix
cure
you,
you in 30 days, where's the profit in that, right?
that's a shame, isn't it? That we're
And
looked
that's
at
what
like
we're
cattle.
changing.
Like, yeah.
We're saying the cooperative, compassionate system would go, let's heal people and don't worry about the money. The money will come, but
Yeah.
let's just fix people. Yeah, that's where we're changing it.
And
Yeah.
think of like the high vibe nature if everyone just felt better. You know what I mean? Their
I
ailments
know.
were healed and just the energy in the air. We talk about that all the time. Just
I'm
that
feeling it
feeling.
now, guys. You guys like gave me a lot of love and a lot of power and a lot of energy, and I'm feeling a lot lifted, a lot more lifted now than when I started the show.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
no money in cures, Terry's saying.
Yeah, it's true, and that's what we're going to change.
We're
We're
gonna
going to
change it.
we're going to keep the money out of the cures, but we're going to put the cures ahead of the profits.
Sounds great.
Yeah. We should do
All
one
right.
on that. Maybe next week. Maybe next week we'll do pharmaceuticals.
Sounds
Why
good.
not?
We have to be careful, I guess, huh?
We need some
Kind of
keywords. We got to come up with our own keywords for things.
pharmaca. I don't know.
Yeah. I doubt
Farm
that
farm farm animals. We could have some
robots
fun
could
with
pick
this one.
that up. Yeah. That only people on Unbiased and on the Fence understand. We're gonna have to publish it and send it out to everybody.
You're like, what is he talking about? Farm animals? This guy's
Yeah, what
crazy.
what's farm
Unsubscribe.
animals? Yeah, what's he talking about? Cooperative, compassionate farm animals.
Like, thumb this down, man.
Actually, I think they just keep listening to try to figure us out and see why we sound so crazy.
Yeah, suck up some of that love because they feel it too. They're like, I don't know, I don't like this guy, but it sure feels good when I hop in the chat for a little
Yeah, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna thumbs it down in like 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna go back next week and suck up the love.
bit. I should start like, thank you, I love you, the very first. So the moment they go in there to thumb it down or whatever, they'll at least get the ho'oponopono before they
We
leave
lost our
out. Right?
thumbs downers. They're gone. They're giving
Oh,
us
are
love.
they? I don't even look, to
They're
be
happy.
honest.
They're like, all right, you guys are okay.
To be honest, the only time I notice is when they create a synchronicity. So if there's 11 thumbs up, one thumb down, and I see 11,
Yep.
111, then it catches my attention, but not for the traditional reason.
And
Like, oh
they're
my
not even
gosh.
putting it down to say, oh, I can't stand you. I hate you. They're saying, I just don't agree with what you're saying tonight. So I'm going to say no, thumbs down, which shows my opinion that I disagree. And you know what? I can handle a disagreement. I don't mind.
Oh, yeah, I don't
Yeah,
mind.
disagreements are allowed.
Well, thank you so much.
I disagree with myself. Okay, I'll just end it on that. It's like tomorrow I'll totally change my mind on everything.
That's what I always say. I'm like, if you get me in every decade of my life, they'll all be arguing. Well, I wouldn't argue. I'd understand my previous versions, of course, but I'd have some previous versions that didn't like where I'm at right now. That's for sure.
Exactly. They'd be like, "What? Who are you? Are you kidding
Yeah.
me?
What did you do? Oh, you're backslidden. Yeah.
How did you change so much?"
It's like that butterfly effect, when the went back and the girl had strung out on drugs. Did you see that movie, The
I
Butterfly
did.
Effect?
Yeah, I saw 1 and 2. Right? There's 2
Right.
versions now.
Yeah, the very first one is the one where he kept trying to fix it. Ashton
Ashton
Kutcher.
Kutcher. Yeah,
Right?
the driving guy. What's that?
Yeah.
What's that app? Uber. The Uber guy.
Uber. Oh, is he?
He like started it, so he must be a multi-billionaire by now.
Oh, I had no idea he was the guy that started
With other
it.
people. He started it with other people. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a good movie. What if, okay, we can end on this because I don't want to drag you guys out for another hour. What if our higher guides that we listen to when we meditate and pray are our future selves?
Oh, yeah.
But we don't recognize them. We go, oh, I just saw this wise woman in a white robe. Oh my God, that was me. But I didn't know it was me. She was so smart. And she told me what,
That's how I think a lot of people look at it that way. And I don't have a problem with that. I totally see how that could be. Once you move beyond space and time and you're like, oh my gosh, now I remember that'd be cool to check out everything from that perspective. You're like, wait, I was the one that helped myself?
That was
strange.
Me. And then you're like this wise person, unity with source and all.
Yeah. You're
like, I'm just going to go help an earlier version of me. That version's struggling right now a little bit.
So I could see it not getting boring, just the whole perspective change even would be a cool thing if you got to experience life from this perspective, and then you got to go and be the helper to this. And one of the things I looked into, I can't remember the name of it now, was said that for every higher self, there was 9 people on the earth. So which I thought was a cool thing. I thought it was at least cool to consider it, So you have a higher self, but you also have 8 brothers or sisters that's using the same higher self.
Using the same higher self.
But it's really you, It's a different point of consciousness. I mean, that's a trippy thing to imagine.
You are the arm, and then the fingers are the people on Earth. They're still attached to the arm. So the fingers belong to the arm, but each finger's separate.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it. I
bet you anything it's going to be connected with the golden ratio somehow or something.
Probably.
Because it seems to be embedded in it.
Code.
Yep. The Fibonacci
and Tesla
sequence.
math, when they do that vortex math and it bounces all over the place.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, well, on that note, we can all dream vortex math tonight.
That's funny. I got the 369 earlier and thought about that. I get that often. Yeah, I actually had 2 phone numbers in a row with different area codes, but the prefix was 369. So I had a 770-369 and a 918-369.
Well, today I got an 01424-444. 796, something like that. And I'm like, whoa, 4 4s in a telephone number. In a country code 44. That was 6 4s in one number. Big thing.
Kate's got a cool phone number. I'm just playing. No, it was, I looked at her phone number. I'm like, dude, you got a really cool phone number, Kate. And she's like, I know, right? I've had it for 30 years or something. I forgot how long she said she had it.
And you didn't even ask for it, Kate. The universe gave you a cool phone number.
It's really cool, yeah.
Well, I don't have any cool phone numbers.
It's so cool that after I thought about all the ways it was cool, I can't even forget it now. If I try, I couldn't forget it.
So
it's so
funny.
Cool. Yeah.
That's awesome. Now I'm thinking her number's 111-1111.
I'm sorry, I didn't say Kate. She knew it. I'm just playing.
You know how they say in movies, whenever they say 555 area code, it's made up because there's no 555 in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, and my address, I can say it now because I don't live there anymore, but it was 555 for my address, and I would tell people, and they look at me like, is it really 5? I'm like, yeah, it's not a phone number, it's an address.
555. It's in every movie for fake numbers.
But yeah, it just has that fake sound.
5 is a real Earth number, and we did an Earth healing meditation tonight. So I have 9 5s in my name, which is my whole name. Eileen Suzanne McIntyre has 9 5s. So I'm a real Earth person, apparently.
Down to earth. I kind of always thought you were down to earth.
Down to earth.
Well, right on, you guys. Well, lots of love and light to you guys in the chat and watching here later.
Yeah.
And thank you, Eileen, for a wonderful meditation.
Thank you, Shane, and thank you, everybody, watching now and watching later.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys next week.
Mwah.
And I will add those links below, you guys.
Oh, yeah. I'll remind you if you forget, but you won't forget. You'll do it now.
I'm going to do it.
Cool beans.
Lots of love, you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye. If you'd like to support the work I do, go to paypal.me/UOTF. Thanks.